Hi, my name is Clark. This is Jeff Goodwin. Oh, you want to do your own? Hi, my name is Clark Brownstein.
Hi, my name is Jeff Goodwin.
We're here to talk with you. Thanks for clicking on our link.
Yeah, we're not sure exactly how you found us. Maybe you found one of these crazy $100 bills and decided to check out the curiosity of what was on the other side. Or maybe you found us on one of our blogs or
Tweets.
Twitters or
Yeah.
Facebook, maybe a YouTube video. Maybe someone just told you to come check out this site. But however you found us, we're really glad that you did find us. We do have some great stuff that we'd love to share with you, and do our best to convey that over to you and not waste your time, because we know that everybody's time is valuable. And
So, why are they here, Jeff? Why did they click on us?
well, I think maybe they're looking for a way to maybe find some more business for their own personal business, or maybe they're looking to start a business and they don't know exactly maybe where to start. Maybe they're just looking for some answers, curiosity about what the internet is about, and maybe how they can learn to draw an income from using resources that they can learn from the internet, or
Or maybe they have an existing business and they want to learn more about promoting their existing business. Or maybe they have a passion.
yeah,
Maybe they're really big on knitting.
yeah, maybe they have a passion for knitting, and they want to learn how to, after they create their
Products.
products, they want to figure out how to get those sold on the
Yeah.
internet. And the best way to go about doing that, maybe just learning how to connect with people. There's some great tools out there on the internet that allow people to do that today, and a lot of those tools are actually free. And I think what people kind of get confused with is, that can they use these things, because they think, oh well, that YouTube site, that's just for kids. They're just sharing secret passwords to get into their video games.
Right.
And it's not really something that we can use for our business.
Right. Right.
And
What about Facebook? Aren't they people everyone thinks that it's just for connecting with old friends, right?
right, yeah, it's like going back to college.
Yeah.
College online. I mean, that was the original intention for that site, but it's really grown from that, and it's turned into a real business. And the people that made the investments in that, obviously were looking towards that direction.
Right. And Google's completely confusing. I mean, I search in, put in there how to find out a person in a movie, and next thing I know, I've got 5,000 million different versions of the question that I'm asking, and no answer. What's with that?
Google spends billions of dollars putting together a site that gives people information. They do a really good job at it. There's a lot of information out there, and depending on how you type in those keywords is going to be how you can be able to refine that search. And if it's on the internet, it's true. That's what everybody says, right?
Yeah, right. It must be true.
It must be true.
It's written about it. Must be true. Right. We're here on the internet. We must be true.
Yeah.
Are you true?
Sure.
Okay.
Absolutely. I give everybody a $100 bill every day.
Well, we're kind of like playing a little bit here and joking, but
Are we?
yeah, we are. We're having fun at your expense, but let's get down to business and let's kind of talk about next generation marketing and why telemedicine and let's let these people move on.
Yeah, maybe let them know a little bit about who we are.
Yeah. Okay.
And what we're doing.
Okay.
Where we're going, and what that means for you, and how we're going to be able to work together and make that happen and be beneficial for both of us. It's probably a great outline of what we'll be covering, some of the topics we'll be covering today. And there's definitely some more information that we have waiting for you that we'd love to share with you. We're all about value,
Right.
I think.
Right.
And we'd love to share these things, this knowledge that we've learned with you to help you with your business or passion or just whatever it is that you're trying to get out there.
Yeah, really, our goal is for you to take more from us than we take from you. I know that kind of sounds probably backwards,
Yeah, it's probably not something you're used to hearing.
No,
Definitely.
no.
It's like, most of the stuff that you see on the internet today, it's like, buy my ebook and then I'll give you all my secrets and
Right.
tell you what it's all about. And then
Right.
when you end up actually buying that $27 product and you get to the other side and you're like, oh, this really wasn't what I thought it was going to be. And then when you try to get more questions answered, you send an email over and you don't get any answer back. And,
Right.
it gets frustrating. It's like, I thought this was supposed to help me, and now it's just made me even more confused.
Right. That's kind of how next generation marketing pretty much got conceived and built. It's still in process. It's always a process. The internet is always changing, and so therefore we're always having to adapt and change in what we do. A little bit about myself. I'm basically a contractor. I'm a father of two kids, and I'm a single parent, single father, and I've worked as a contractor pretty much my entire life, and I've dabbled in many different types of businesses along the way. I decided at some point along that way the internet was a resource I needed to learn about and tune into. And Jeff and I we've been friends with 15 years.
Wow, it's
Yeah.
been that long.
Right.
Yeah, it actually has been 15 years.
It's been 15
Wow.
years.
Yeah.
So I started in this process, and then one day we had a conversation, and we both realized we were kind of doing the same thing. So we connected, and here we are, almost a year and a half, 2 years later, and we're talking to you about what we've learned. So why don't you give a little feedback about who you are and how you got to that point?
Yeah, I've always been entrepreneur-minded, I believe, and just getting involved in business. Wanted to be in business for myself. I didn't really have that desire to work for somebody else. And when I did, I was always right to the top, because I was always making it to the top of my pay scale so fast that then I would get really bored and want to move on and do something else. And so from that, I realized, went to a seminar probably when I was 16 years old. There's a seminar, and I was like, yeah, I can be a business for myself. I'm going to do that. So I started doing that and learning how business works. And it wasn't always a pretty picture along the way, but
No.
I did learn a lot. Probably more from the things that I didn't do right than the things that I did do right. And it was a great learning lesson. And I think that along the way, I think each step of the way, I think it prepared me for the lesson to learn the next big thing.
Yeah.
And I fell into DJing because I had a love for music. And the DJ business has been really good to me. And it's helped me kind of break out of my shell. I was very shy when I was a lot younger. And
I don't believe you.
Yeah.
No.
Can you believe that? Yeah,
No.
actually. I had no desire to get in front of a camera or talk to people in large groups. And from DJing, that kind of got me out of that.
Says the man that dances on tables in an Austin power suit.
Sure, yeah. Yeah, thanks for actually keeping it as the Austin power suit too. That's, my kids might see this video. I actually have a couple kids and am married and very happily at that. I think one of the things that got Clark and I really frustrated was that we had these businesses, and one of the things that I think is really missing in a lot of business is having enough leads or enough people that either are coming into your storefront or that you're talking to. And if you don't have enough of that lead flow, then you don't have a business. You're just basically kidding yourself, and you're hoping that you're going to be able to get something, so you just keep the doors open. And in trying times today.
But wait a minute, isn't that what marketing's about? Isn't that what you're supposed to buy print ads and magazines and buy, pay a marketing company to do for you and develop your logos and then the yellow page ads You're supposed to buy all that stuff. Isn't that what that's for?
Yeah, those things can get really expensive over time.
Yeah, that's the problem. Huh?
And if there's not enough ROI, return on investment, for those, then you're going to be suffering on your marketing budget.
Right.
I think what happens a lot is people get excited about a passion that they try to turn into a business, and nothing wrong with that. I think that's awesome. That they get so wrapped up in the production of that business, making sure that all the shelves are clean, that they have all their products ready to roll, and they have their pitch down on what they're going to say, so they can get them more excited about buying something. But if you're not spending enough time in the marketing arena to get those people, then you're never going to sell any products. So it doesn't matter how clean or how great your storefront looks or how great your website looks. You're going to have all these great flash and all these great commercials, but if nobody ever sees it, then you're kind of dead in the water.
I guess that's the reason why. I also forgot to say I have a passion for racing, and I enjoy racing, watching and actually racing cars, and I guess that's the reason why Target pays for a racing car in the Indy Series, pays for a racing car in the Rolex Grand Am Series, and pays for a racing car in the NASCAR Series. And the last time I heard, I think NASCAR, to have a fully sponsored car in NASCAR, I think you spend about $50 million.
Yeah.
Just for the 1 year.
Wow. I didn't know that.
Right.
It's a lot of money.
So that's a good idea of why Target is so well branded, is because they spend so much money in doing so.
Everybody knows what that bullseye looks like, that red bullseye.
Absolutely.
They associate that with Target.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
The problem with me as a construction guy, I don't have $50,000 to spend on that kind of budget for advertising, and I don't even have a 1% of that kind of money to spend to get even my local market to build my construction company.
Nor would you want to either, because then, what is that going to really help you?
Right.
Is that going to be enough return on investment? You're putting your name on a race car. The race car is driving at 75 miles an hour around the track. They're not going to see your name if it's tucked underneath that Target giant logo. That's what they're going to see first.
That's the point I'm making.
Yeah.
So, I guess, as Jeff said, we were frustrated, and we had to find another outlet, another way of acquiring leads other than writing a check.
Sure. Yeah. Some way that you could actually learn how to create your own leads.
Right.
And a place where you can do it where you're on a level playing field with everybody else. Doesn't matter how big the company is or how small the company is. Everybody's the same.
Yep.
Very rare to find something like that.
Yeah, actually, I just had an epiphany when you said that. I just realized that that's what we were doing.
Yeah. The internet is that place.
Yeah.
Everybody has a level playing field. It doesn't matter if you're Home Depot or you're just a little construction company that's trying to get people to get involved in your services. You're all the same. It's just a matter of how much time you're going to spend letting people know
Right.
where you're at.
Right.
Yeah.
So next generation marketing is really think of it as a place, a resource for you to go and learn to do what we're doing to create leads. That's pretty much it. In simplistic, in the simplest form, that's what we're offering. Joining our team and becoming a team member is you will gain our knowledge through editorials that will teach you.
Mm-hmm.
Through our website.
Actually, we didn't plan that ahead of time.
Yeah, he finally broke my chair.
I was wondering why it was taking so long.
He has a button he pushes when he wants to trip me up. That's what he does.
Yeah.
So it's if you've made it this far, you've been listening to us, you have some interest in what we're talking about. we have more information on the other side, on the left side of the screen for you. You can fill out your information, and we're happy to share more information for you. But I think before you go there, let's talk about why telemedicine. Why do we have that word, and why are we promoting why telemedicine?
Yeah, that's probably a really good question to ask, because I'm sure that they're probably thinking that in the back of their heads, like, okay, you guys are talking about all this stuff, but I typed in whytelemedicine.com, and what does the whytelemedicine.com have to do with NxGen Marketing and all this stuff that you're talking about, marketing yourself on the internet?
Right.
And so yeah, I mean, that's one of the things that we discovered when we put together our NxGen Marketing project is, we had all these great tools that we found on the internet to be able to brand and get the word out about what we were doing and what it was that we were trying to promote, and all the different resources that are out there. But what we discovered is, as we were building these videos and the tutorials and learning about the technology itself, we had everything all ready to built up, had our what they call a lead capture page, which actually is what you see on the side there, filling out your name, your email, your phone number, and how you found us. We had all that together, and then we realized that we didn't really have a product. We didn't have anything to promote.
Nothing that got us excited.
And so we started looking for that, and there just wasn't anything out there that we could be passionate about and feel good about sharing it. Where you're a little hesitant at first because you're like, I wonder what they're going to think of me after I talk about this product.
Right.
Are they going to think differently, or are they going to take me seriously? And it was really frustrating.
I think we might be, you might be a little confused here. Jeff's DJ business and my construction business, believe me, we're promoting that out there, and we're actually getting return on that from the internet.
Mm-hmm.
So don't think we're, the white telemedicine is something that we're doing in addition to promote pretty much strictly on the internet. It's kind of it's an internet baby, so to speak.
Yes.
We have our brick and mortar businesses, but this is why we're saying that we were excited we needed a product to promote, because it's kind of an internet baby.
I think probably the best way to describe it is that you're always out there looking for that next big thing.
Right.
That thing that you think is just going to really revolutionize the way that people's thought processes are.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, even the internet itself.
Yep.
When we were talking 15, 20 years ago, when the internet was in its very, very small baby stages, maybe just the military was using it back then, people had no concept that we would be able to be sitting here right now, and we happen to be in California, up in Northern California, just above San Francisco, and maybe you're watching us, and maybe you're in Pennsylvania, or you're in Miami, Florida, or you're in India,
Yeah.
or China, or
wherever.
Could be anywhere in the world. You could be sitting on a beach somewhere listening to us this video, and we wish that we could be with you.
Sitting on the beach.
Yeah, of course. And or maybe you're in a boat. You're out in your yacht, just hanging out, just checking out different stuff on the internet. That's the power of this
of what we're doing.
The technology itself. And so we were already plugged into that. That technology part of it. That we're very passionate about the technology side and how you're able to empower yourself.
Right.
With a simple iPhone, even. The iPhone has revolutionized the way that people talk on their phones today. They're sending text messages, and I don't know what I did with my life before the iPhone. When I finally got an iPhone, I kind of waited because I was like, yeah, it's overhyped. It's not really that great. But after you play with one for a while, and you realize, how much more it's empowered me. And I've been able to send pictures of my kids to my sister, where she lives out in Massachusetts, and she's able to watch them grow up.
Just
Simple things like that.
2 days ago, we had to prepare for our meeting, and Jeff and I weren't in the same room, but we had to do some dialogue about this meeting. So we had to share some dialogue. So I would do a recording about what I was going to talk about, and I would send it to him in a text.
Yeah.
You know, and then he would listen to it, and then he'd do his, and he'd send me back a text. We were apart all day long for 10 hours, and we had the get-together about 7 o'clock at night, and we were prepared because we used the power of the internet, or the power of technology, to prepare for that meeting, and we weren't not even in the same room.
Yeah, I mean, you know, 5 years ago that wouldn't even been possible.
We're not able to do it. So that kind of like that. So why telemedicine is why we got excited, because it's in the same arena of what we're doing. It's basically giving you access to the medical industry or medical facilities or medical doctors via the telephone and internet.
Right, and you know, it doesn't matter if you're sending an email, or you're making a phone call to an 800 phone number, or you're having a face-to-face chat like you do with Skype,
Right.
or with the new FaceTime on the new iPhones. You're able to have that empowerment, right? It really empowers you and puts the control of being able to find out the answers that you need
For your
about
health.
your medical needs and your health needs instantly.
Right.
Instead of, you know, calling up the doctor and making an appointment, maybe that's 2 or 3 days, or in my case, that's been actually a couple of weeks, where they've been like, I'm sorry, we don't have anything for you for next couple of weeks.
Right.
And before I had health insurance, actually, I was just remembering this. I was going to one of those medical care places, those quick care.
Right.
I walked into one of those right in the middle of flu season, and they were like, we're backed up for 3 months.
Right.
And I'm like, well, 3 months, I hope I'd be well by then.
Yeah. Exactly. So.
And I just walked out like dumbfounded.
Yeah,
so
you-
I ended up going to the emergency room.
Right. I think that's when you tell me that cost you just for an hour. You were there for an hour and a half, and then it cost you $2,000.
It was $2,500, but I was there an hour and a half, but I was only talked to the doctor for 5 minutes.
Yeah, that's a funny thing. There's statistics now that are out there that are saying that somewhere in the 70% of all medical emergencies that go to emergency rooms can be handled over the phone.
Right. Yeah, that makes sense to me. I mean, I wish that this was around, at least that I knew about it, because
Right.
I know that technology has been around. I'd say telemedicine's been around for a good 5 years. From what I've learned,
in a strong way, yes.
just in what we've researched,
Yeah.
it's been around for 5 years, and
Well, in some ways, it's been around longer. I mean, I don't know if any of you had an X-ray or an MRI or any of those type of specialty imaging type things. They're not in the hospitals usually. Usually, you go to an outpatient type place and you have the procedure done, the MRI, and then they say, okay, that's it, and you leave. Well, what they do is that the person that reads your image may not even be in the same building. They could be, a specialist could be in Iowa, and they just send it to him via the internet. He reads the image, and looks at it, and then he gives the information back. It's been around in medical industry for a very long time. Where it hasn't been is between the patient and the doctor.
right. Yeah,
that's what's changing, and that's what got us excited, because this is that key thing that we're telling you. It's going to revolution how we access our own personal health care.
right. Yeah, it puts the power back in your hands.
Right.
I have a cousin that works for the Apple company, and he says that the key phrase that they use in all of their topics when they talk to customers that walk in is that word empowerment.
Empowerment. Yeah.
Empowerment is a really strong word for them when they're talking to people. It's like this is having this phone is going to empower you to be able to do the things that you want to do in your life, or having this computer, or being able to have these connections. With this new technology with the emails, that email is evolving now to where it's video.
Right.
You're able to actually submit a video in your email and send that to people instead of just being text message. So you can have both the text and the video.
Yeah.
The technology's
So
there.
we're actually using some of that technology. If you decide to give us the information and you want more information, you will get some emails from us that I think we have a series of emails that has some videos in it. Correct?
Oh, absolutely, yeah. And some of those videos are reviews on some of the products that we've checked out, and some of those videos are tutorials on how to, basic things like how to set up your Facebook fan page.
Right.
Or how to embed a YouTube video onto your blog or onto your Facebook.
Right.
that stuff that some people may think as simple, but to other people that's a huge challenge. You know, I know that it was for me when I first started with it. It's like, you know, how do I get this video? People say, oh yeah, just put your video on your Facebook page, and then you go home and you try it, and you're like, how do I do it?
Right.
You know, and you're trying to do it, and you call them up and say, so how do you do that? Oh, I don't know. You know, I had a friend of mine do it for me. It's like, okay, well that doesn't help me.
Exactly. So, I guess, Jeff, we should probably, you know, finish this and close out and what we're discussing. And I think we got pretty much all of our basics covered. I mean, is there any more points you want to make to this?
I think one point that I would like to make is that, you know, I can almost guarantee that there's something out there that you're passionate about, whether it's a skill that you already know how to do. There is something that you already have that you're able to share with other people, and you don't know what that can do. Help somebody else, help them create a business, maybe even help somebody save somebody's life. And that's why we were so passionate about not only NxGen but about the telemedicine industry, because it's able to really truly help people,
right,
and get them to that next level. Because you know, a long time ago, you know, my grandfather was very smart in telling me that, you know, if you don't have your health, then you don't have anything. And you know, it's important to be healthy. And so to be able to have that empowerment of getting that health back into your back pocket, if you have just a simple question, and instead of calling, you know, your friend or your uncle about trying to get some medical advice, and they're telling you to take a shot of whiskey, you know, you're actually able to call a real doctor and get some real advice and get that answer done, so you can move on with your life and
right,
stay healthy and be able to play your part in the world, helping other people.
All right. Well, Jeff, this was fun.
Yeah.
We're going to probably do many more of these.
Absolutely.
You can get a hold of me if you have any questions for me at clark@cbremy.com. Let me repeat that again. clark@cbremy.com. And then Jeff at
Jeff@jeffreygoodwin.com. You don't have to really worry about the spelling. I have all those covered.
Right.
So just put in Jeff@jeffreygoodwin.com, and I'll definitely get that message. And we'd be happy to help you out. We encourage you to fill out the form here, fill out your name, your email, and your phone number, and how you found us or how you were referred to us. And we'll definitely see you on the other side. Thank you so much for your
there's
time.
one quick thing. Don't we also want to give permission to share this with anyone they want?
Oh yeah, you know, that's definitely a good point.
Right.
You know, that's, you know, if you want to share this with anybody else, you know, there's some buttons down below there that say it's got like a Facebook and a Twitter. You can send this out on your Facebook page, on your Twitter page. Share it with wherever you like. You know, say, hey, you know, I found these guys interesting, and just wanted to share it with you.
Right.
And we give you full permission to do that. If you want to copy this video and you know, promote it however you like, and just, you know, share it. And we appreciate the love.
Yep.
And we would love to do the same for you.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you.